Hi, I'm Tom Elliott, founder of OcuRoute, and I'm pleased to be sponsoring this podcast. If you need help taking control of your CI/CD pipelines, come see us at ocuroute.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Little. I'm the Director of Counselling and Education at EmpoweringAwareness.Asia, and I'm a proud sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah, hi, Ragnar.
Hi, Sai. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much for giving me opportunity for the second time.
Always a pleasure.
So I thought to tell about your advancements and the work that you're doing presently. As I have interviewed already before, I have told about your work to my audience. So after that meeting, like what's going on, like what are those things that you have done, I wanted to say to my audience. So before that, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Absolutely. No, it's my pleasure. My name is Ragnar Heil. I'm a Microsoft MVP. MVP means most valuable professional for the topics of Microsoft 365 services, like modern work, but also Copilot. So I'm one of a handful of Copilot MVPs here in Germany, living in Germany with my family. MVP is an award you get from Microsoft when you care about sharing knowledge, you care about carrying content. I'm sharing a lot of content on my blog post, ragnarheil.de. I'm having 2 video live shows. One is in German about modern work and Copilot with Alex Eggers. The other one is around M365 governance with Christian Buckley and Joy Apple, my MVP colleagues. I have a podcast, so I'm very active in sharing knowledge in different channels about AI, Copilot, modern work, new ways of working. And on the business side, I'm working at a company called HanseVision, which is part of the Bachelors family. Bachelors is a company with nearly 16,000 employees in 14 European countries. And I'm employed as a business development manager for everything about Microsoft. That's my background in 5 sentences.
So what's your present role is about?
My current role is called Business Development Manager, which is a combination of a sales-focused role. I'm bringing the latest technologies from Microsoft into our organization, and then we decide which focus topics we would like to bring to our customers, or which other topics are currently for us out of scope. So it's all about profiling and making sure that we address the right topics, not each single topic which comes from Microsoft, because this can be also overwhelming. And then I'm not only in this business development manager role, I'm also on the consultant role. And then usually I'm delivering Copilot and AI workshops to our customers. So as you can see, I'm wearing multiple hats.
So creating content and also being a most valuable professional. And apart from this, you have your sales related job. So how you are managing this and how different it is?
Will you please stop asking so difficult questions? How do I manage this? So first of all, this way of sharing knowledge is also one of the ways how I'm learning. So I don't read a lot of books. Maybe I've got 2 or 3 books here. By the way, this is an awesome book. I'm just reading about Microsoft 365 administration cookbook. This is one of the few books which I'm reading. Awesome. Nate Chamberlain has written it. But otherwise, I'm more into learning from others in conferences. I'm learning a lot in YouTube videos. I'm learning a lot in blog posts. So the channels I'm using to share knowledge are also the channels which I'm using for my own readiness, for my own learning. So I think there is a lot of energy flowing when you learn from these channels and you give back what you've learned. So it's a lot about digesting what you've just learned with this knowledge, but also in customer projects. Yeah, so that's a very nice, beautiful, precious culture of learning in social media channels, but also giving back what you've learned. And your question is how I'm doing it. So it's all about priorities. So there are a few things which I don't do in my spare time. So I'm not really into watching series. A lot of my friends are spending like 10 hours a week in watching series. I don't have the time for it because I'm spending a lot of time with Microsoft and AI technologies learning. So there are some things which I don't do because otherwise everybody has got 24 hours. So everybody is very equal here. We all have the same kind of time. And it's about a mixture of having the right focus and priorities. But the things what I'm caring about, like Microsoft Workplace, Modern Workplace, and AI, for me, this is so incredible, interesting that I want to invest also my spare times.
So Microsoft services, like how you are able to present it and where we are up to in Microsoft, when it comes to AI.
Yes, so I try to know everything around Copilot and AI, but not only the M365 Copilot, also other kind of Copilots. There are Copilot for services, Copilot for sales. We see now a lot of agents coming, which are currently being deployed and published and offered, like a sales agent, a project manager agent, employee self-service agent. So there are many, many agents currently coming to the market, but also the other side, which is called Azure, and the Azure AI Foundry is the place where you can create your own agents, your own AI playground and environment if you're not only interested in Copilot, because sometimes it can be that Copilot for Microsoft 365 is not sufficient for every single use case. So it's a hammer, it's a nice tool, but it's not the tool which fits to every single use case. And then we need to consider other options, which can be Azure AI Foundry, where we can choose different large or small language models. Maybe ChatGPT, which is part of Copilot, is not the right tool. Maybe you need something else. DeepSeek from China, Mistral from France, Llama from Meta, whatever. So there are many conversations so I enjoy to have conversations with my customers where we focus to talk about use cases, and then we decide which large or small language model we are going to use for which use case. Are we going to deploy the agent to Teams only, or to, WhatsApp, or to a public website as a support agent? These kind of conversations I really enjoy because I'm not only limited to Copilot M365. Does this answer your question?
Yeah, got your answer. So you in your role, I'm sure you will be interacting with experts or customers who belongs to different industries, and you will be presenting or suggesting them the services of Microsoft. So how different it is when interacting and understanding the use cases and giving the solutions for them for different customers who belongs to different industries.
So when we talk about M365 applications, customers have usually the same kind of questions. When we talk about Copilot in PowerPoint, I usually always get the same kind of questions. We talk about the same kind of strengths. We talk about the same kind of things which are missing and which also can disappoint. So that's pretty much the same. But then when I switch my focus away from the tool to the industry or to the departments of my customer, then it's going to be more interesting, because then I see really what is their daily work, where they're currently struggling, where they need help, where can an AI agent save time, make work more efficient, improve a business process, improve a workflow. So that's something which I really enjoy to have these conversations, how to make actually a day in the work life better, how we can get things done faster and easier. So yes, I like technical conversations where we go deep into, Copilot for Teams, for Outlook, wherever. I like it, but I also enjoy to solve issues of my customers' everyday life, where we make things really easier. And because then they would discover the true benefits. Hey, listen, AI is changing something in my life. Now I've got more time for my kids. Maybe I can work less, or I can focus on things which AI cannot do for me. So that's something what I enjoy most, and this really motivates me and gives me energy when I discover that the solutions I'm offering have impact on their daily life, and life is made better. They feel that AI can really help things, solve things, improve quality of life. That really motivates me.
So recent times, what excited you, with the AI solution?
I think the thing which really excites me is always the quality improvements, the quantum steps in when you create images and videos. So text generation works pretty fine since the early version of ChatGPT, but now we see a major jump in the quality when we create text to images, text to videos, especially Midjourney is making an amazing job, but also ChatGPT has rolled out a new large language model for image and video creation, which is called Vision 1, based on the Sora platform and not longer on the DALL-E 3 platform. So here I see something that I can say, listen, now we have really nice pictures who don't look like AI, where you can really don't find a difference to a human being and a real photograph anymore. So I think there are very, very impressive jumps. And the other topic next to videos and image generation is everything around reasoning. Sometimes the vendors call it deep thinking or deep research, where you have a very complex prompt, and then the tool gets into not only like 5 data sources and 5 Google web pages ranks, they go into hundreds or 200 or 500 data sources. They generate a report which takes like 10 minutes, but then you get like 20, 30 page report back where you say, listen, if I need to write it, it would take me like 4 weeks. And now I get this back in 5 minutes. So the whole deep thinking reasoning is an absolute game changer.
So the content is Microsoft services, and you are creating content as an MVP in audio, text, and in a video format. And also on other side, you're
And
interacting
also
with the
conferences
customers and
on site. Yeah.
yeah.
I was traveling and talk in conferences on stage.
So you are doing all kind of communication in technology. So how is that?
Pretty much everything, yeah.
How is that?
That's for me the perfect way of of impressing or expressing what I really enjoy. So sometimes I really enjoy traveling. I enjoy traveling a lot. I like to go to conferences, network with people, being on stage. I really enjoy it. But I cannot and I don't want to do it every week. I don't want to do it every day. So if I do it like twice a month, for me, it's sufficient. But then there are so many other things to share. They say, listen, I just write a blog post about it on my own, ragnarheil.de, LinkedIn. Now I've started also on Medium, got a Substack newsletter. So different kind of channels where I just can write down things, my thoughts, organize my thoughts, make my shorts sharper and better. And then the video part, which we're just doing, record videos, go live on channels like LinkedIn and YouTube, in podcasts, of course. So I like the variations a lot.
So what you're learning from all these things?
I learn a lot about technical product updates. So everything around product technical news. So this is my main source. Sometimes we have discussions on these channels about how we can improve, workshop quality, or sometimes we talk in all these conversations about where we are currently struggling, where things are exhausting. So we are always moving the conversations. Usually the conversations are very technical about product news updates, but sometimes we just talk about, hey, why are things so overwhelming? Why are things exhausting? How do you manage this massive amount of AI news? Sometimes it feels like drinking from the fire hose. There's so many news. How do you manage it? How do you, which content, which knowledge management do you have to digest all this incredible amount of news? Yeah, so these are the conversations what I'm having.
So advanced technology today is artificial intelligence, and especially in Microsoft. So how that is changing things?
It's changing everything. Microsoft is going to shape the world, and if your audience want to read more, then I recommend to go to your search engine and type in New Work Index 2025, because there Microsoft has just published a new study about what is their idea, how AI can shape the world. And the idea is that an AI agent is going to be a companion in every single team. So the idea is that you invite your AI agent into every single team conversation, and you treat him or her, whatever the gender is of this agent, you treat him like a normal team member. So it's not only that you say, okay, I'm in a meeting, I'm opening a ChatGPT window and just ask some questions. No, you just add this agent into your team conversation, and everybody see what you prompt. Everybody can see the output. The prompt output will be part of the team's transcription and the team's meeting summary. So it's all about adding these agents as a not 100%, but a team member. Yeah.
So
and this is a big changer. This is a big cultural change. Think of it like in the past, when we do have a notebook here somewhere. Here I've got a notebook. We had meetings, and then everybody had these notebooks, and everybody was writing down notes. It's okay. Sometimes I also do it, but usually we have meeting notes for collaboration. Now we're using Microsoft Loop, and when we have meetings, everybody has got access to our Loop page. Then we open a new page for each single meeting, and everybody can see what people are writing. And then we delegate tasks. Then we update our task status. So it's all about collaboration. In the past, everything was hidden in the secret books everybody had. And this is now the new approach with AI, that we add AI to our meetings. And not only that everybody has their own ChatGPT privately running, it's more about this collaboration, how to add agents to your team collaboration. And that's a big cultural changer, which can also overwhelm customers, but therefore we have also change management teams to make sure that these kind of cultural changes are landing on the customer side, because it is new, and new things are going to create resistance.
So these AI changes in Microsoft products, how these are, which scale companies are, having more change?
Good question. For many Microsoft tools, I would say that you need like I don't know, like 200 users. But here, I think every company, from one single user company, like freelancer, can benefit from it. Small companies, five people, 5 employees. So I think this is really value for each single company, independent of size, independent of industry, independent of market situation. You can currently be a winner in this crisis. You can be a loser. So I think this is really something which fits for every single customer. But the main and the most important thing is not to only have technical conversations about the features of agents and the features of Copilot. It's all about to see what you would like to achieve as a company. What's your overall major goals? Which goals do you have for each department? What are the goals for each single employee? And then create use cases based on the goals. And then when you have very concrete use cases you would like to optimize with AI, then you are on the level of prompting. But don't start prompting too early. You need to have a focus. You need to have goals, objectives, things you would like to achieve, and then you find your right prompts. Otherwise, you're just do random prompting, and this doesn't make sense. Random prompting can be fun for half an hour, but then many people are getting bored of random prompting, and they never come back. So you need very structured, focused rollout of Copilot.
So what is the market today? Like, what you're talking with customers. So what they are wanting, what is actually going on? What is their requirement?
Yeah. So what I see is that on the one hand, everybody has now tried and played around with ChatGPT, and they're happy. So things like summarizing long documents, long PDFs works fine. Summarizing of Teams meetings works fine. So they're pretty happy with the summarization features and capabilities. What they want now is the next level, and the next level is usually agents which can work semi-autonomous or autonomous, because then the customers have the experience, hey, listen, I'm not only getting smart answers, I also get help, because these agents can be triggered. These agents are listening to incoming emails, incoming support tickets, incoming calls. They're listening, and then they are processing, and then they are creating actions, like giving answers to the customers, closing tickets, and then say, hey, now we have, for the first time, we see that they really help us. We save time. We can close support tickets faster, quicker. Or maybe we have less support tickets. Yesterday, I had a customer meeting where they say, listen, we want less support tickets. So the agents should give answers that people don't need to open a support ticket. So the goal is less tickets. Some customers say, no, we need to open a ticket for every single question. Then they want to reduce the ticket closing time. But these KPIs are very important. And so this support help desk is a very, very strong demand for each single customer, because customers are overwhelmed by the massive questions they get on social media. Customers are demanding. They ask on Facebook, X, everywhere, Instagram, they ask for help. So social media is overwhelmed with the amount of tickets. Then they ask night and day. They want super fast response on the weekend, which is overwhelming. So I think support tickets are very, very top of mind of each single customer, because customers cannot afford to have 10, 20, 30 people or more in the support department. That means AI.
Oh, what do you answer about security part of AI to your customers?
Yeah, so customers should not start with any kind of AI technology and should not start with any kind of agent or copilot without considering the main recommendations for security, compliance, and governance. So this is so important. And this means the main recommendation is we need to care more about lifecycle of content, lifecycle of data, lifecycle of users, and lifecycle of workspaces. Because the usual habit is the end user always wants more. They want a Copilot license. Okay, they get it. Then they want a new workspace, SharePoint, Teams, Slack, whatever. Then they create this new workspace, but they don't care about managing it. So sometimes it is they don't have owners anymore. It's not active. Maybe they have invited externals, but they don't offboard them. So they always create new workspace rooms. They don't archive them. They don't delete. They don't manage it. They don't close it. And then the Copilot can go through all these offhand workspaces and offhand rooms. And sometimes the Copilot and the agent finds outdated documents. This is the best case. They find outdated documents, and then it's going to hallucinate. Or the agent finds content which they should not see, because people have the wrong permissions to the wrong sites, and then you see data which you should not see in your prompt. So it's all about cleaning up, deleting things, getting into a culture where we're not only hunters and collectors, we are also cleaning up our data, offboarding people when they have left the project, offboarding people here when they have left the company, and and make sure that we have cleaner working environments, because otherwise you see data which you should not see, and this can crash a AI project.
So you're working on Microsoft products and services since long time, and you're talking about it. You're writing about it. You're explaining about it in different places, in different communication platforms. So how Microsoft is thinking to give solutions, especially today with the highest level of technology, AI.
Microsoft is very active on their own website. They have a lot of marketing websites, but also very deep technical websites on support.microsoft.com, where you find the whole documentation. They they also have own learning path. So I think this is one of the best ways to really go into learn.microsoft.com and find your own learn path, and then you run your little training, you run your certification. There are a lot of videos, so they invest a lot in video content. But and then they engage and they form communities like our MVPs, where we create content, where we talk in our language to our target audience. So I think it's a mixture of official content, where they have thousands of websites which they have to always update, but then the community which is also creating content which talks better to the language of your audience. It's never perfect. It can be overwhelming. Some customers say it's overwhelming. There are too much information. Others say I cannot find something. It's too less. But it's a never-ending thing, actually. And and currently my main impression is that it's for the end user overwhelming. There are too many new tools, too many new technologies, too much content. It's overwhelming. And then they ask us, hey, could you please guide us? Could you please navigate us? For us, it's just a jungle. We cannot find our way through the jungle. Please help us. And that's how we come in.
And your customers can able to adopt to the change that is happening, which is the transformation stage, which we call, from, we are moving towards AI, like how you're guiding them and how you're explaining them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So first of all, everybody is aware that this Copilot license have a price tag, so $30 per user per month, 28 euros. So we need to find really attractive, very appealing use cases that they say, listen, it is really worth to pay the $30 per month. So this is the main thing, that they really see the value, because AI and Copilot can solve real world use cases. That's the biggest change trigger, because then they see what is in for me, and then they understand how Copilot can help in their personal daily lives. This is the biggest impact around change. Some customers need to wait a little bit until, I don't know, a workers' council approves something. Sometimes they're waiting for a budget that they can buy more licenses. Sometimes they want to finish a pilot. So then the change aspect is more like waiting for approvals. But usually the biggest aspect for creating a transformational change is this clear understanding what's in for me, how can AI help in my personal daily life, in my role. What's in for me?
So AI, the Copilot, which industry is getting more benefit from it, and how it is helping their businesses? Which industry?
Currently, the biggest value is from each kind of industry which has a lot of digital knowledge. So it's not about that retail benefits more than manufacturing or government more than public sector. So it's more about if you really invest already a lot in documents which are stored in Microsoft 365. So typical things, hey, I've got hundred thousands of Word documents, PDFs, PowerPoint, Excel sheets, images, and they live and breathe in OneDrive, SharePoint, in Teams, then this is the sweet spot, because then they get so much value from Copilot. And the other aspect is the daily communication. So not only this document focused thing. Personally, I get so many emails every single day. I have so many Teams chats and Teams channel conversations that I have a habit that every single evening, 6 p.m., I ask Copilot, please summarize my day. Look at my emails, which I have received. Look at my chats in Teams. Look at my channel conversations. Summarize it and tell me what I need to answer for today. And please prepare me for my next day. So please look in my calendar, look in my task and meetings for next day, and help me to prepare for tomorrow. So that's also something where I'll get a lot of benefits. So in one sentence, every single company user who uses Teams, Outlook, emails, OneDrive, SharePoint extensively with chats, emails, and documents can benefit. And it doesn't matter which industry. Does it make sense?
So how's your, I mean, what's your take? Because you have been in technology from long time. You saw the basic level technology, and today you are seeing this thing that which is analyzing things in fraction of seconds and giving the task, the daily activities, and summarizing it and giving the information accurately. So how do you define human take on technology and technology evolution?
Yeah, so I really started working with computers in 80 or 82. So yeah, so more than 40 years with computers now. For us, and this is a daily task for us, it's really important to ask each of ourselves every single day, what can we do as human beings to make a difference to computers? Because sometimes we're doing stupid, repetitive tasks, which AI can do better, faster, in a higher quality. Where we say, hey, listen, let's give it and let's delegate it to AI, because then it can save time, which is great for us, because then we have more time for our family and friends, or we can do work which AI cannot do. And this is something which we need to ask ourselves each single day. What can we do? What should we do as human beings? And what can we 100% delegate to AI? Sometimes we can delegate things to AI which we have to control. That's the reason why we call it Copilot and not Autopilot. Sometimes Copilot is producing something and then we have to finish it and shape it and tune it. So it's like 80% finished and we do the last 20%. But yeah, for me, it's all about looking at each single day, not only my work, but also in my private life, and see which task can we really give to AI and where we have more time for reflection, creativity, innovations, listening to people, spending time with our colleagues, spending time with the customers, with our family, where AI cannot add value. And this is a daily task.
So productivity is increasing and AI is replacing humans.
It can replace humans if they have really one-trick pony jobs. So I see that people who were, let's say, texters, people who are or translators, yes, they definitely are fearing that they can lose jobs because the translation functions of AI work extremely good. And it can be that they're fearing jobs. But now the thing is, how can they make a difference in their translation work? Maybe they're going to run projects and not only doing the pure translation. So I wouldn't say that they're going to be replaced immediately, but this translation person needs to evolve and maybe be closer to the customer, running the project, doing different kind of jobs. But the pure translation part can, in many cases, can be done better with AI. So at the end, and this is the main message here, you need to invest in learning. You need to invest in developing your role, because if you don't do it, your role can be substituted by AI. So growing and learning is the most important skill you ever need in your job.
Can
And
you share your
you need to invest minimum like, I don't know, 5 hours every single week for it.
Can you share your online presence to my audience so that they can learn from you?
Absolutely. So yeah, you can go to Google, Bing, whatever, ChatGPT, give and enter Ragnar Heil, which is written Ragnar and then Heil, Ragnar Heil. And my blog post is ragnarheil.de, where I summarize my blogs and also podcasts and videos and conference talks.
Great.
And I think you are going to share it in the show notes. But ragnarheil.de is the biggest, where you can find everything around M365.
Yeah, I'll share it on the screen and also on my website as well. People who find it can able to.
Thanks much, Sai.
So yeah, sure. So you have seen my work. So what's your observation about it?
So what I really appreciate and really also like from your style is that you are so incredible open in interviewing so many different people on this beautiful planet. So I think this mindset of talking to many different people, different roles, different companies, different industries, different countries, I think this is just a beautiful mindset.
How this is going to contribute to me in future, because you are seeing AI. So how it is going to be helpful for me in technology?
So first of all, what you are doing cannot be replaced by AI. Full stop. And then you need to find your way into your future, how you will grow. I don't know where you're currently heading to. What are your next plans? But this interest in looking outside of your box and looking very growth mindset, this is a very, very important future skill set.
Thank you, sir. Can I put this this clip on my podcast with your permission?
Absolutely, yeah, sure.
Thank you again, Ragnar, for your valuable time and sharing your experiences and answering to some
It was a
of my
pleasure.
questions.
Super.
Yeah, take care, sir. Bye.